Okay.
Answer?
Breakfast or dinner?
Breakfast.
Oh, she's a freak, y'all. I'm just kidding.
Welcome to Life is a Scam podcast. I thank you guys for tuning in. Welcome to season 2. We're hoping to come at you guys bigger, better. We're trying to improve our quality of audio and video. Yeah. So anyhow, I like to welcome you guys to the podcast again. We have a very special guest here. We got Crystal Wrights with us. We'll get a shout out to Crystal. Welcome to our podcast, Crystal. In addition to Crystal, we have our regulars. We have Eli __Eli at the far end. We got our boy A1 Steak Sauce. Photo shoot fresh, he here too. We're doing it big. So we have we have a very interesting topic coming to you guys today. So put on your seatbelt, tune in. We're gonna do what it do. Before we get started, I just want to introduce Crystal. So Crystal, tell our viewers a little bit about yourself, what you do. I know you're a creative. Get as deep as you want to get. But yeah, let us know a little bit about you.
Well, I am Crystal D. Wrights on Instagram. I am a 9-to-5 creative. I get to write some commercials, some radio spots. Got to work with some big names, but that's about it. My Instagram, it's kind of mental health focused, but then it's whatever my feelings kind of go. So that's it.
So you be in your field sometimes, what I'm hearing you saying.
All the time.
Okay, so are you one of those niggas ain't shit in my feelings, or is it more like women empowerment, or like when you say in your feelings, what does that mean exactly?
It's a range. I'm pretty much. It's a range. It depends.
Okay.
Both of them.
All right. A little bit. Okay.
I can do both.
You can do both. Okay. No, I respect that. All right. But before we continue, remember check-in. So E-Weezy, let's start with you, Eli. What's going on in your life, man? What you been up to? How's life treating you? How the ladies treating you? Still single? I heard you was dating. What's going on with you?
Life has been life. You have your ups and downs. So right now, we're just trying to keep it moving. We move. That's all we got to keep doing is keep moving. As far as dating, not dating, single. So ladies, holla at me, you know what I'm saying?
Holla at your boy.
Holla at your boy.
Slide in the DMs, all that.
I'm joking. Okay. No, nevertheless, life is good, I'm just taking it one day at a time.
I like that. What about you, Akin? What's going on with you?
Well, same old, man. We thank God. Motorcycle season was successful. No major accidents. Rode with my boys. Apart from that, just living well. COVID. Just happy to be alive. Family's alive, friends is alive. You know what I'm saying? Glad to have y'all back.
Yeah. I'm glad to have y'all back. Season 2, better than ever. So me, what's going on with me? I got a lot, y'all. Life been happening. So if you guys are a regular, you see a new place, we upgraded a little bit. Woo. I got a son. Yeah, I didn't have a son last season. I got a son now. Other than that, work is work. I gotta go back into the office, G. I hate that. So at first I was remote for a year and a half. And now they're saying I gotta come back in 3 days a week, which is terrible. I hate it. And I don't understand it because my manager is in Houston. So I go into the office, but all of my meetings are still on Zoom or still on Teams or Jabber or whatever. So it's like, why y'all making me come in if everything's still gonna be remote? I don't get it.
And production is still the same.
Production is still the same. Gee, like I bought an extra monitor here. I was rolling, G. I was good. I did not need to go back into the office at all. But we ain't back in the office. So that's what's going on with me. Other than that, life is good. But before we get into our main topics, we're going to try to get to know our guest, Crystal, a little bit better. So we're going to play a game with you, Crystal. All right? The game is called This or That. All right? I'm going to ask you a question. It's going to be this. It's going to be that. And you just have to answer honestly. If it's an interesting question, we might ask for a little bit more details, but we're gonna keep it cute at first. Okay.
Ask more details.
All right. We're gonna start light. How about this? Road trip or flying?
Flying.
Flying. Okay. Let's
But
see.
I had a road trip before
Okay.
with a boyfriend. We broke up.
Oh, so you
So that's why.
So if you're that guy-
No, I'm
It's
just
your
saying,
fault.
like, road trips are for when you want to know if, like, this is the person I want to spend my life with.
Oh,
really?
Okay.
Is
That's deep.
It definitely is, because y'all can't go
Because you
nowhere.
stuck in the car with that
Oh,
person.
Okay.
Y'all can't go nowhere. We drove from, like, Chicago to Coachella. Like,
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
I drove to Coachella.
Where's Coachella?
So wait, did you know he
Yeah,
wasn't the
California.
one on the way there or on the way back?
no, I mean, on the way back.
Oh my God.
But you know what? No, I think it was, like, halfway through going there, and then by the time we came back, it was
Yeah, this ain't the
it was
one.
like, whatever.
Can I, without giving us too much detail, so what was something that said? Was it an opinion? Was it like, what was it that made you be like, nah, it can't be this?
Okay, look, as soon as we had, like, left, like, the south suburbs, like, out of Illinois into, like, St. Louis or something,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I want to buy, like, a lottery ticket, you know? Just want to do fun stuff on a road trip.
Yeah, yeah.
YOLO.
He was counting my pockets. Like, we need this money. Like, what you
Oh.
He was
Enjoy.
For a lottery
You know,
ticket?
You enjoy
Right.
it.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
No,
Then he
that's-
kept speeding in different states, kept getting pulled over.
Oh, so you don't like when people speed?
No, he kept getting pulled over. Like, if
Wait.
you keep getting pulled over and have to call your dad to get you out so you don't go to jail, like, stop playing. Like,
Oh, so he was doing it on purpose. Then.
Nah,
I
I don't know.
don't
If he has a connect, hey dad, get me out of this. Hey dad, get me out.
I don't know if it's on purpose. I think it's stupid. Maybe
Like,
he
it's
just
stupid.
entitled. Yeah, a
It's
little bit of
stupid.
entitlement.
That's what I'm saying.
Alright, so I don't know if you know, but
so.
K only drives about 120 per hour wherever he goes.
Yeah.
So I don't think you and K would be good friends. Never. If K ever offers you a ride anywhere, don't get
Buckle
in his
up.
car. Right. Buckle up. This dude right here, even
Buckle
worse
up.
than K. We was in did he hop on the shoulder? Was it LA? He hopped on the shoulder? It was Miami.
Miami.
It was,
No.
Geez.
Every city.
So whenever we take a group trip, y'all, we we
was in
rent
the car.
Toros. We rent Toros. So we like to get, like, whenever we go on trips, we like to get really nice cars. Just so we enjoy our vacation. I think Elijah could probably tell the story better than me because Elijah was in the car
Man.
with him.
What? Oh man, it was crazy. That boy was going entirely too fast, and he thought it was just like normal. And I'm over there like, okay, you know, so, with a drop top at that. We was in a drop top BMW, and I'm looking like, if this flips, we have no. And at the time, I didn't have a hat on. I'm like, oh man, I have a bald head, and like, yo, if that skid the ground, it was over. But nevertheless,
One quick question
yeah,
though.
120 is a bit.
Did we die?
We are here
Yeah,
on
we-
the podcast, enjoying life still. So
Yeah.
We
Next
didn't
question. Next question. Mexican food or Chinese food?
Mexican.
Mexican? Okay. Sweet or savory?
Savory.
Ah, okay.
Can we
Okay.
answer?
Breakfast or dinner?
Breakfast.
Oh, she's a freak, y'all. I'm just kidding.
Because of breakfast.
Because of breakfast.
Hey,
Sugar breakfast.
Is there a story behind that?
Come on, I feel like it's deeper, right? What does that mean to you? What does
That's not the
breakfast
time to
mean?
come to some
That's not the time.
breakfast in bed. I got you.
Alright, we're gonna take it a little deeper. Tall or short when you're dating somebody?
Tall.
Tall. Okay. Beard or dreads?
Beard.
Ah, okay. Bald or fat?
Big boy season.
Big boy season.
Is it like sloppy fat or is it just like kind of flat and it's like,
Up to
It was a little good.
Up to
Nice
interpretation.
Gucci belt.
Up to you. Up to you.
That old Gucci
Oh,
belt.
he tucked the shirt in to show. You said
Show the
fat?
belt.
Okay.
fat?
Okay, wait. So let me back up. So you say you would rather have someone that's fat than someone that's bald.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's tough.
What?
What is it about baldness? What is it? You know, it's like.
I mean, it's fine. I mean, like,
Shit, apparently
I
not.
just have this new fetish right now. I don't know where it came
Okay.
for
from.
big guys.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I
Okay,
don't know
for
where
bonds.
it came
Okay.
from.
All right. You like rubbing the stomach?
Yeah, I like laying on it, like,
Oh, okay.
Alright,
Alright. Big boy y'all in season,
Right.
man.
So
Yeah.
all the big male followers that we have, shoot your shot.
I mean, I don't discriminate. You
You
know.
don't discriminate?
Right,
Okay.
but-
No, I respect that. But E, you say you had a question. You want to ask one of them?
No. I was just wondering why you didn't access breakfast
Because
or dinner.
you know we're getting to know Crystal. You know, yeah. If there's anything you feel like you want to speak on, though,
They should play too.
breakfast or dinner, which one, bro?
God damn it. Nah, I'm just joking.
No, answer it.
Yeah.
Oh, breakfast or dinner?
Breakfast or dinner?
That's a good one. I'm gonna have to say breakfast too, though.
Yeah. Akin, breakfast or dinner?
Definitely breakfast.
Oh, so you a freak too?
That's why you said it.
Hey. It's not about me right now. It's about Crystal.
All right, cool. Yeah, but that was a quick little game icebreaker. I hope you guys feel a little bit more comfortable.
That was fun.
Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. All right, so we have a little transition. This is a open-ended question, open to interpretation. I'll ask it, and then if y'all have an answer, y'all can go first, or I'll answer to give y'all some time to think about your answer. So the question is, what percent would you say you're functioning at why, and why? So what percent are you functioning at, like in life in general, like just like a very general question, and why would you say that percentage? If anyone has an answer, in fact, let me answer so y'all can kind of think about it and gather your thoughts a little bit. So I'm gonna take it from two different perspectives. If you ask me, if you would have asked me this question, like where I'm at today, if you asked high school Shay this question, I'd be like, oh, I'm like, that's 100%. Like, Shay, good. Like, you know, I'm making good living. I have a good job. I have a beautiful wife. I have a son. I have a nice place. Like, literally everything that I ever wanted, like the salary, the job, everything I ever wanted, I'm there right now. But I feel like Shay now that has seen the world, I would say 30%. I'm functioning at 30%. And the reason I say 30% is because I feel like there's so much out there that I still want to do, right? Like, I want to get into real estate. I want to get into stocks. I want to, like, I make decent money, but my manager makes stupid money. My manager's manager, the VP, makes stupid money, right? So it's like, growing up, I thought making it was a certain salary or a certain range, but it's like the older I get, the more that I see, it's like, wow, there's so much more in the world that you can, like, there's so much not only financially, but also like personally, like I'm a fit person, but I feel like I could get stronger. I mean, I could get bigger.
For sure.
I could be healthier. You know, there's just so much more that I want. So I would say 30%, and I feel like, you know, I'm happy with my 30% though. It ain't like I'm not happy in life. Like I feel like I suck at life. Nah, I think I'm doing very well. I just want more. You know what I'm saying? All right. How about you, Crystal? What percent you function at and why?
I would say like 60%.
60. Okay.
Just because, just off my energy level, like I'm just not putting myself first and like getting the rest that I need to like actually operate at 100%.
Okay. So you think you need more me time, is what you're saying? You're putting other things. You're prioritizing other things.
Yeah.
Okay.
I need more me time to make sure I like, you know.
Okay.
Get rest.
So,
get on my stuff.
Okay. What is taking away from me time? What do you spend your free time doing usually, or not your free time, like the busy time that you want to make free time?
I guess just trying to like kick it with everybody else.
Okay.
Social media.
Okay.
That's the big one.
Yeah.
Especially at night, just scrolling. It's
okay.
addictive.
What is it for you? What's your favorite app? Which app does it for you?
Which app does it? It's just Instagram, I guess. Instagram and
for
Twitter.
sure.
Okay, Instagram and Twitter.
Yeah.
I don't be on TikTok.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
There's a lot of funny things on there.
Yeah, I feel like for me, it's Twitter. I be on Twitter all day, Judy.
Yeah.
Like, Twitter is my favorite app. I could scroll through Twitter all day. I don't really use, I use Instagram. I don't think I've ever used TikTok. Like, I use TikTok like twice. But Twitter, I could be on that shit for hours. What about you, Akin? What percent you functioning at and why?
Oh, for sure. For me, it's probably like 40, 50.
40, 50? Okay.
You know, for me, it's like I have all the pieces to the puzzles in place, but I just got to put them together. So,
okay.
It's
That's
like,
deep.
you know, you think about the job, the wife, the kids, the planning, and everything. It's just like, okay, what do I want to do first? What do I want to do first? Should I get the house, or should we get the wedding first, or should we get this first, or should I, you know, ride my motorcycle and then give it up before having kids?
Right.
You know, because you have everything. It's just like, what do I want to do first?
Prioritize.
Then elevate. It's like you have the job. Okay, what do I want to go from here? You know what I mean? So that critical thinking part is like, a whole 60%.
Okay.
Because you gotta do it in order.
I'm not
so
gonna let you
everything
slide. I ain't gonna let you slide. You said a wedding or a house. Is you,
Nah, I'm just saying,
Trying to get
man. You
married
know,
and buy a house?
I mean, why do you have to do it in order? Just do it.
No, you know, I feel like
That's a good question.
everything is on the table, right?
Right.
And it's not that I want to do it in order. I want to do it in the right order so I don't feel like time is wasted.
Okay. So it's not a particular order.
Yeah, it's not a particular order. I just want
it's
to
the
Okay.
best order.
It's like
Okay.
I wouldn't want to just have a child with anybody. You know what I
Of
mean?
course
Exactly.
not.
Just that I want a child, but I don't want to have it with anybody. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I want to find the
Yes.
right person, then have a child.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
That's it.
That's why I mean like
Do
that.
it
You
your
know?
order. Right?
Exactly.
That's important, y'all.
Yeah.
I'm a father, so I heard that. I'm a father. I just want to talk to that real quick, right? Because finding people you have a child with is super important.
Yeah.
And I see this all the time, right? So, quick deviation. Life is a scam teach moment. Coming to you live from Shay Tofik. Who you have a kid with is so important because a lot of people had kids this last year. Blame COVID. A lot of people had kids. But I feel like having a child is a huge responsibility.
Yeah.
I love having my child, but he's a lot, right? But having a spouse that's present is like when I get fatigued, Jasmine pick up. When Jasmine get fatigued, I pick up. And just having that support is big, G, because shout out to all the single mamas out there. I have no idea how y'all do it, G.
That's true.
I don't understand. I feel like that shit is hard,
Dads
bro.
too.
Yeah, single dads too. Yeah,
That's
they
my
know.
biggest fear.
Yeah, so I feel
Yeah,
like,
so
man,
money.
if you're gonna have a kid, make sure you pick the right person because that support is needed. Life is scam teach a moment. Don't be out here busting at nobody, and don't be out here letting no one busting you. Plan B, it works. Alright, D, what particular function in that and what?
Is this still a sponsor?
right, Planned Parenthood.
So my percent actually fluctuates like every day because you know I'll be high and low, and like you know these past couple of months have been pretty tough. You know I had like 3 deaths in the family, so like but what I do you know I look at like the better part of life. So you know in anything like bad things, you know what I'm saying, you just look at the good. So I use that a lot to get me through the day and all that. So I mean, I'll say like 60, bro, just cause like I'm so big on that. Let's just see, like if somebody dies, the memories, enjoy.
Think about the positive.
Exactly, think about the positive, because people die every day. As bad as you want to say, but you always gotta look at the positive and enjoy those moments. So, other than that, you know, we move. Life moves. You feel me?
Right. You been saying that a lot. That's the new motto.
That's
the
the
motto
new motto,
for
man.
2021.
Look, I was looking at
Move.
something on IG, and it was like, if you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. But as long as you keep moving,
Just keep
you know
moving.
what I'm saying? So rather than, you know, you look at it the bad and like, you know what, let me do something positive today and make you proud, because I know you watching now. I know you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna keep moving for you.
Egan
And,
D.
That's my boy.
I'm starting a new project, you know, it's kind of secret. I just want to do it. So then when it happens, I'm like,
Damn,
okay,
damn.
that's what's up.
So you got something.
I know
you
him.
working
Yeah,
on
so
something.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You substitute bad things for good and you keep it moving.
Okay.
That's how I deal with things. But everybody else is, you know what I'm saying?
You're a devil. Okay.
That's my friend, bro.
That's my friend.
I know him.
Alright, we're gonna jump into the main topic. Alright. Main topic of the day. Oh, before we get into the main topic, oh my goodness. I gotta give my boy Chef Boy R Boomy the hugest shout out.
Yes, sir.
So if y'all are tuning in, you probably gonna be like, dang, y'all sound good as hell. What y'all do different? My boy Boomy hooked up the
Gave us the
audio,
sauce.
gave us the keys to the game.
Sauce.
I should have led with that. Huge shout out to Boomy. Thank you very much for upgrading us, upgrading the team. We shout you out every episode from here on out.
Season
You the realest. Yeah, season 2 comes to you live. But yeah, back to the main topic of discussion for today. Lost my notes there for a second. Okay, yeah. So we're gonna talk about this. Dating in our generation. So we are 20-something, flirting with 30. We got a few people that's rubbing on 30's knees, which is cool. You know? Yeah, right, exactly. I mean, we kind of old, I guess. But dating in our generation, I feel like it's different because growing up, or the generation before us didn't have social media, they didn't have dating apps, they didn't have social media in general. They didn't have Tinder, Hinge, Bumble, and they didn't have Instagram. There was no sliding in DMs a few years ago. You know, you got to meet people. You have to meet people in person, shoot your shot in person. Yeah, so it's different. You know what I'm saying? It's different. So the question is, are you a fan? Exactly. Are you a fan of dating in today's generation, or do you think it was better, simpler, more efficient back in the day? We gonna start with my boy E at the far end. What you think?
So which one is better, or which one?
What do you think about it? Do you like it? Is it better? Is it worse? What do you think? All of the above.
It's convenient.
It's convenient.
You know, it's simple. It's easier.
Yeah.
You know,
Especially in the pandemic.
Especially in the pandemic.
Okay.
You know, I like, you know, my boys and them had me make a Hinge. I was on Hinge.
You see how you whispered? You said my voice is gonna make you make a.
I mean, look,
right? Ain't nothing to be embarrassed about Hinge.
Do you use your real name on Hinge? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
some people use like fake names or
aliases and whatnot.
Yeah, that's weird though. So when you meet them, you like, yo, so hey, you like,
I'm not mad at you.
That's not what.
It depends.
You
So
know
if
what I'm
you
saying?
meet them and they cool people, you like, you tell them the truth. Like, I ain't want to meet no
Isn't
weirdo.
that skeptical?
Get my real name. I mean, it is skeptical, but shit. I mean,
I feel like guys do it because they don't want like the girl to ask about them.
guys do it because they have hoes. So they got a girlfriend.
I would. Okay,
They got a
crazy.
girlfriend at
I
home.
don't-
That's
But
right.
I use my real name because I feel like if you use a fake name and then I meet you and you tell me like, oh yeah, this is my real name, it was like,
You're going to be like, what's wrong with
The
you?
hell?
You're going
Yeah.
to think something's off right away. It's a red flag.
That's true.
yeah.
Teach them.
But I mean, I guess if you want to do it that way,
Yeah.
it's cool.
Okay. Akin, what you think?
For me, like, I think dating back then was much better. Because believe it or not, I'm a fan of like writing letters and like just doing the hard work. Like low-key, like if you're watching the podcast, you know I'm not capping. And if you ever, you know what I mean? Like I wrote letters before. Like I just think it's better, G.
Yeah.
Because it's
Say
like
with the birds.
because you think about it. You ever been in an argument with a woman, right?
Yeah.
There's someone you care about, and it's like y'all talk about something serious, and you leave the argument. It's like I got to ask her this, I got to say
gotta
this,
say
and
it.
you mad at us
Right.
on the letter. You can,
You can
you feel me? You
Yeah.
sleep on it, wake up, erase that. Okay, start
edit
over.
it. Exactly.
You know what I mean?
You can capture your
Exactly.
words better
Okay.
than
And then-
just saying it.
and then
because
you
can
meet-
think about everything.
You meet a lady in person. Hey, can I get to know you? Back in the day, it's like, hey, can I get this? Everything was in person
Mm-hmm.
or over the letters. It was
Mhm.
on the phone. Like back in the day when I was in high school, we used to stay on the phone till 7 a.m.
Niggas be on the phone.
I would show my boys, hey, I was on the phone. I was on the phone with Shorty till 7 a.m.
Yeah,
shit,
right.
on the flip
I
phone.
remember.
You know what I mean?
And
But-
they couldn't get on the phone until after
Exactly.
9 when the minutes
After
was free.
7.
Or
It was
7.
7
Nah, he
p.m.
was a baller.
It
He
was
had
7
money.
Yeah,
He paid extra for that, bro.
and then to add to it,
Mhm.
your family knew you liked the girl because guess what? We had home phones. She'll call the house.
Can I
Hey,
speak?
Ma, I got it upstairs.
Uh,
Hang up. You know what I mean?
We
Like
used to have a timer.
we had, you know,
Hey,
so everything back
so you
then
gonna
was
pick it up before the mama pick up.
everything back then was
Was
effort.
different.
You know,
Yeah.
now it's effortlessly. Like
It
I'm
was
on her
fun.
page.
You had
Oh,
something
she can
to do.
dress. This is what she posts. Oh, shit. Oof, she talking
All
about
of that
niggas
is
all this, okay.
deceiving.
And all
bro.
of
All
that is
shit's
just like
deceiving, for sure.
it's just like it's lame. You know what I mean?
I
Not
feel
lame.
that.
It's just like
I feel that.
it's less effort.
Yeah, what you think, Crystal?
I agree. I like
You
the
agree with
old
both of them?
days.
The old days.
I like the old days. I like the days before modern time. All of that.
Okay, but so for example though, let's say we were in the old days. Let's say we were in we was in high school what, early 2000s, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
oh, so
06,
seven.
like,
But as adults.
yeah, exactly. So let's say we're it's 05,
Yeah, 05.
-ish, oh,
No, 07. Oh, no.
whatever, this time frame, whatever year.
Try to pick your best years.
Yeah, I graduated in 2010. Yeah, I was 2010.
Yeah.
So around that time. So let's say we're our age then, right? So
No,
we're
it gotta
30.
be before beepers, because I feel like the whole
Even
beeper.
early?
Yeah.
Wait.
I feel like the
So you
beeper.
saying-
I feel like the
you
beeper
thinking
thing
like-
is still like Instagram. You know what I'm saying?
So you said like
Like
90s?
Like,
That's the 80s, bro.
That's 80s?
Because my beepers was out there.
Alright, whatever time frame. Alright, let's say before modern day social media, right? And the pandemic hit. How y'all meeting people?
No, that's a fact.
right? It's like
Well, they did have a pandemic, didn't they?
not like this one though. I feel like they
Oh,
might
that was
have
probably
had,
like 69.
yeah, like a pandemic of this
Yeah,
magnitude
yeah,
hasn't
that's
hit in
true.
a long ass time, in years, right? So it's like
I mean-
I feel like technology is needed because I feel like a lot of people were suffering from loneliness,
Yeah.
depression, like
Yeah.
a lot was going on, and social media, dating apps was literally the only way to meet people, right? So if this would have happened back then, there was no dating. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which I'm not mad at, because like they were over their pandemic quicker. Because they wasn't trying to keep going
Because
outside.
they were trying to be
They wasn't
fast.
So you think they would have stayed in the house?
Yes, which they did do in
No,
like
but
69.
They
so
went
it's
out
like,
to meet people.
They
Now
settled.
they don't have the
Tech.
tech, and now they like so you gonna sit in the crib and don't meet nobody.
It sounds lonely, G.
That's
It
what I'm
sounds
saying.
mad.
I mean, but,
So
how,
back
but
then-
I think it was like 1969 or something. It was like Philadelphia and then St. Louis. Like they
Mm.
both, I could be wrong, I
We
might be
might
getting the
have
towns
fact-checked
wrong.
Yeah.
But like both towns had like, I guess like the flu virus or something.
Okay.
One of them they had a parade because the people were going off, off to the military and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And the other one they shut down.
Mm.
The one that like,
Might have to look at.
yeah, so the other one where they had the parade, everybody got sick, like the hospitals were like overrun, all
Mhm.
types of stuff. The other one,
Stay home.
it's like it just died down.
Right.
It died
So,
down.
what
So
you're saying
they
makes sense.
communicated, so
But I think the magnitude is different, right?
That's what
I
I'm
feel
saying.
like an outbreak of like a
Mhm.
flu outbreak, whatever outbreak, is the magnitude is smaller, right? A pandemic, excuse me, a pandemic is worldwide. Like literally, this was there are 209 countries in the world. All 209 countries had a case of COVID-19, right? So I feel like the magnitude is different a little bit. So I mean, I'm not entirely sure what Crystal's referring to, but I don't know if it was as severe. I feel like if it's just a city, then okay, I mean, okay, you can shut down.
it's like some
close,
cities,
yeah.
but back then that's
Right.
severe.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
I'm not on the audio, so you might have to reiterate this, but I would say our times, your range is farther, right?
Yeah.
So you're talking to people from other states,
True.
or even
True.
even 3 hours away.
Yeah.
Back then, if you're going as far as you're saying, without maybe cars or transportation
Then-
and communication, you going off what's in your neighborhood.
No,
And
True,
but like
true.
69, they still have cars and transportation. I
how
think
far
it's,
are they going? They're not driving to Coachella.
Yeah.
They might be.
So
They might be.
our boy Kay, he's on video today. He was just chiming in. He said, depending on what age range we're trying to go back, he was like, today dating in today's world allows you to reach people in different cities, different states. Like you can be in
Countries.
Chicago
Countries.
and meet somebody in Texas and vibe off of, I like your Instagram, you like singing music, you're funny on Twitter. Like you can meet people all over the world, which kind of opens up.
Yeah,
You can shoot more shots. It's more fish in the sea, more fish in the sea. You know what I'm saying? Where like, if you go back to certain generations, like you only meeting people in your town, in your city, in your state. Like you're limited. So that's definitely a pro to dating in today's generation. Is you get to see more. But one kind that I think you guys kind of touched on, but not really enough. I feel like dating in today's generation is too many high volume shooters, right? Like everybody is shooting a clip at a high ass volume, men and women alike, right? Because think about the dating apps is literally like this. Like you get like what 100 likes a day or something like that. So that's 100 shots you taking, like
Hey,
like
that's 100 shots that
exactly.
you don't take too.
True.
So if you don't take your shot, you're missing it.
Right, but then
Take it.
I guess the question is now, like, do y'all feel like it makes dating more like what's the word? Not as
meaningful?
sincere, exactly, less meaningful. Just because he's shooting so many shots, I ain't gonna say nobody, but one of my homies recently got on Hinge, and she said she's been on dates Wednesday through Sunday, like the last
Yeah.
month and a half. She
Oh,
said
man.
the last like month and a half, she's had 4 dates every weekend.
Every week.
And I'm like, gee,
Must be nice.
different
you are
guys.
different guys.
Must
So
be
she
nice.
wasn't dating for a really long
Yeah,
time.
like-
For a long time.
That makes sense.
And she remade the Hinge profile for her.
Right.
So she back in the game, she back shooting, but she like, oh yeah, Hinge is nice. I'm like, okay. So to my point about being less sincere, I feel like, what do y'all think? Do you think it makes it easier to find someone because you can shoot 1,000 shots, or do you think it makes it harder to find someone because you shooting 100 shots?
So I think it's like both. It depends on how you look at it. Because if you shoot a shot, it helps you get over the person quickly. You know what? I'll just go on another date.
Right.
But then it makes it less meaningful because it's like it keeps people from being lonely. I think you know what I'm saying? Because they're like, you know what? I'll just go out and have a good time. This and that. So
A little bit of both.
a little bit of both.
I feel it. What you think, Akin?
For me, I don't know. So like, I just feel like back then, it's just much better because you're doing activities back then.
Right.
Now it's just like, and I'm speaking for myself because I don't want to speak for everybody else. Right now, I feel like if I was to go on a date, say I'm about to go on a date, place. If you ever been there, it's like it's not high scale. It's just a regular spot. But the food is banging.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a pajamas type place where I can wear shorts and like slippers and something.
Food is
okay.
But the food is great.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think a woman will, on the first date, she'll...
Absolutely.
So,
I think
that's
she
what I was
would.
gonna
So, hold on. So let Crystal chime in first, and then I'm gonna come at you.
So, do you think a woman will see that place and like, man, this actually is more open to like, oh, this is a nice spot. I like this.
I think she would.
No, she would.
Thank you.
But would she really like say that, or she would just say that because it's just like...
I think it depends on the woman, right? Did you have something to respond to that, Crystal? To anything he just said? Because I feel like you had a few words that
Clear your
you
throat a couple of
I
times.
mean, it's guys like that too who like to date like as if we're this black love hashtag thing on Instagram.
True.
They do. They want to do everything that's on Instagram. So I feel like it's not just a woman thing. Because I definitely had someone be like, our first date, do hella stuff, hella luxury, outrageous stuff, and then later be like, where's my $400 date? Sir, sir, you trying to keep up with social media.
Right.
Exactly.
Not me.
I ain't asking for that.
So, and that's what I was gonna say to go back on yours. I mean, if that's what you want to do, do it. And if she doesn't like it, it's cool. She's not the one. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause the person that you're dating, you feel me? If this is, you feel like, oh, this is acceptable, and you like it, the food is great, great time and all that. Then if she's not feeling that, next. That's why I say it's like
So-
both, man.
And so I don't go off topic a little bit. I was reading articles during the pandemic. You know, you spoke about that, like dating during the pandemic and everything. And there were a lot of articles that was saying how couples didn't really know each other. You know why? Because the husband is at work, the mom is at work, and not that everybody was home, the kids were home. It was families that were really giving testimonies like, hey, what do you guys do when I'm not here?
Yeah.
Because the parents are not home. And during the pandemic, it really had to like sit you back, like, I really need to get to know my partner.
So you're making a valid point, but you're slightly getting off topic. So I'm gonna bring this back in for a second because I want to talk about something you said. So he mentioned like the type of date that he has to do to meet certain standards, depending on who he's dating, depending on what the world is doing for dates. I feel like a lot of people do it. What you just said is very common. We gotta get rid of that shit. What I hate seeing I see it on Twitter all the time, and on not really Instagram. I see it on Twitter all the time. When a dude asks a girl to be his girlfriend, and he do the flowers, and then he write, "Will you be my girlfriend?" and flowers on the bed. That shit is lame as hell. That's too damn much. You should never have to do that much.
No, but see, the thing is, if you want to do it.
No, you should never have to do that. Let's be real. Check this out. Let's be real. In the grand scheme of things, asking someone to be your girlfriend is fucking nothing. People be in and out of boyfriends. People have 3 boyfriends in a year, G.
That's true.
People be high volume dating. So people are y'all making this grand ass proposal to be a girlfriend, G. That shit is fucking stupid.
No, okay, I see what you're saying.
And then to go further from that, people be like, they be showing off their dates. Like,
Exactly.
If you don't do this, then he's
G.
not. Like, you crazy?
If he don't take you here, that shit is whack. Me and I'm a married man. Me and Jasmine's first date, what we did, we made lasagna. She came over.
Right.
We hopped in my car. We went to Mariano's. We had an ingredients list.
Yeah.
We got the
See,
ingredients.
that's the thing,
We
though,
baked.
right?
We made lasagna. I bought some lights. I put the lights in. I made it a nice date.
Yeah.
But I wasn't checking for nobody, right?
Right.
Hey, did y'all see that shit on social media? Y'all see that shit on social media? Because I wasn't trying to impress nobody, G. Like what I did it for her. I ain't do it for followers. I ain't do it for likes. I ain't do it for nobody but for her.
No, but that's
so,
the thing with social media.
That's the thing. That's the thing with life in general. That's why we say life is a scam because people be trying to
scam you. Like,
exactly. Women be trying to scam me. Men be trying to scam me too. Men be thinking, oh, if I spend this much, she don't give up the pussy. Nah, dog. Like you gonna spend this much, you gonna be hurt because she gonna go to the crib and be like and go on another date with somebody else too. And it's not the girl's fault. It's not her fault that you tried to impress her with your money. That's your fault. You know what I'm saying? So,
and it's not just social media. Sometimes your friends like send you off to.
True.
Exactly.
True.
I got a couple of those.
Yeah, like Akin. You know, like Akin over here telling you to take a girl to a steakhouse to spend $300. And that's
for the first date.
I would make my boys know be better than that. Ain't no way. My guys know be better than that.
Yeah. So, and that's another thing I was touching on. Dating in general. And I think we're going to touch on this in the future as well. We're going to talk about dating apps in future episodes. I'm not a fan of dating apps at all. Let me tell you why. And I'm not a fan of meeting people in bars and clubs either. So
where do you meet?
Something I hear a lot, right, and it's very common from both sides. Men feel like they're being used for money, for dates, for this, for that.
Yeah.
Women feel like they're being used for sex, for their body, for this, for that. And the reason why people feel like that is because when you go to a club, when you're on Hinge, you meet somebody, you don't know what their intentions are.
That's
right. You're supposed to date your friends. You're supposed to date people you know already because now I know this person. This is my homie. We have a relationship, right? If I take you on a date, I know that you're on a date because you're trying to get to know me. You want to see if this is gonna work, right?
Yeah.
Not because you're trying to get some ass, not because you want a free date, because we're already vibing, right? And that's why I think me and Jasmine work. Because no matter what I did, she had been my friend for years. So it's like if I spend $200 on you, I don't think you're using me because before I ever spent $200 on you was friends. Or
so do you go out as friends then?
So I mean, I think it's different for everybody. I feel like you're supposed to date people you have shit in common with, right? Like we are friends for a reason, right? We're friends for a reason, right? Like we like the same music, we like the same TV shows, we like the same like. We get along apparently, right? So if we get like, if you go to the bar, G, when you see somebody you want to get her number, why are you shooting your shot? Because she look good. Now you don't know shit about her.
Right.
Same for women, right?
But you want to get to know her.
Sometimes, or you just like the way she moving. Like, oh damn, look at that. I see it. Like, it's always physical. But see, if you dating a friend, then it's like. Yeah, of course you gotta be attracted to it, but then you know a little bit more about it too. So that way, both parties don't feel like they're being used. It's like you actually.
But that's where it can get tricky though, because like if you're friends with them and they don't see you, but nothing but as friends, then how do you? Would you know? Like,
you gotta get out. You gotta get out the friend zone. It's hard because I mean me and Jazz knew each other since sophomore year of high school. Freshman year, sophomore year of college, and we ain't date till like 5 years after college. Right. So we was strictly friends for a long ass time.
Right, but it took both of y'all to want to give it a try. Now, what if it's like, you have been my friend. I want you to stay my friend.
True, and it be like that sometimes.
That ain't your only friend.
Exactly. That ain't your only friend. I ain't say you gotta date that one particular friend. You're supposed to date friends.
So should we just go out and get hella friends then?
That's what friends is for, G.
So I have a question.
Pursue friendship.
Yeah, pursue friendship.
Right.
That's it right there.
So like you were talking about intentions. So my question for you is, what is when you're on dating sites? What is your initial intentions? Like, how do you determine your intentions? Because I have an answer to this, and it's crazy. And I've said this to a girl. I've said this on the podcast before.
So that is a good question, but we're gonna talk about that in a later episode. We're gonna circle back to that. That's a good question. Because everybody got different intentions. We're gonna come back to that. Yeah. But like I said, though, date your friends. So, Crystal, how many friends you know friend zone? I gotta know. How many friends they shot at you?
And is it possible to get out of the friend zone?
Ooh, that's a good one. How do you get out of the friend zone?
I don't know because they started as friends pretty much. So.
And unless they come at you, you're gonna know if they like you.
Right. I mean, I've had a couple. Okay. Oh,
And
you
you
know
friend zoned
one.
them.
Mhm.
I've had a couple come at me.
Okay.
There was one that I did give an opportunity to, but he kind of like self-sabotaged himself. Like he had one chance, he had one job, he showed up a complete bum, and it's just like I could not
But
see it, no matter.
Okay.
I
you
cannot
can
unsee
see
it.
then it's
Okay.
friend.
Yeah, and then when
Okay.
you like really, and then the other person, I really got to know him as a friend. He talked to me about his dating life, all of that stuff. I just know I can't date him.
See,
So-
and that's real though. See that, and I feel like that's why I say
That's the
you
whole
should
purpose.
date. Exactly. That's
So-
the purpose of having friends
So I'm
because you
about
know,
to
like
put
you
you
know
on
what,
the
this nigga wild. I'm not gonna date this nigga
Yeah.
for real.
I'm about to put you on the spot.
Oh, one more, and I did have one friend.
Mhm.
Like we were just friends. Yeah, I think it was like the same thing, talking to me about like relationships and stuff. And then one day I was just thinking like, I deserve you. Like,
Oh,
forget these hoes.
Oh,
why
yeah.
did-
So how did
But
that end up?
I don't think I ever said anything
So
about
you
it.
didn't say that then.
Yeah, I never really
See,
said
that's the
anything
thing.
about it. But
So-
then, but the longer it went, then it
Mhm.
was just like, yo, every time we on the phone, we sad as hell about relationships. This ain't gonna work. Like,
No,
nah.
No, but
Maybe because y'all's meant to
Right,
leave each other.
that's what I was
Listen,
gonna
I just let it go.
as soon as
Nah,
you leave
nah,
here,
that could've been the
as soon as you leave here,
I'm
I need you to
gonna
text
raise
me
my
today.
hand because
Go
I'm about to
ahead.
put
I
it
need
on
you to
my
text
spot.
me.
That was a long time ago. I don't even have those feelings anymore.
Are you ready for this?
Mhm.
Oh no.
So, now hear me out. I want to break it down to you
Come
slow.
on.
Listen, take a sip.
Let me get some
He
water.
told you about his lifestyle, his past, the guy, your friend.
His
Right.
current
I
life.
know where
His
you
current
going
life.
with
His
this.
current life, right? He
Current
told
life.
you,
Okay,
and that's
I know
your
where you
friend.
going with this.
Mhm.
Now, what's the difference between him telling you and a stranger telling a guy you just met on social media or something that you like, and he's just
That
telling you
guy told
about?
me. People gonna tell you whatever. I don't know.
But why couldn't you give him a chance, and he was your friend, and he told you, and you know about him, rather than a random stranger that
Right.
you don't know about?
So you saying why
And you
couldn't
know
you-
how
And-
to go
and-
about everything he doesn't like. So
But you
you
talking
can
about
make
the
it
one
work.
that you talking about the one like I just don't
Yeah.
like we've been talking about relationships like his dating life for years.
Mhm.
You know, and
Okay.
there's some mannerism I also don't even like when we're talking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Just the way he talk about women in general.
Okay.
Wait, yeah, the
Okay.
way he talk about women in general.
And I feel like
all
I
types
respect
of
that. That's fair.
So
That's like that's
just-
fair. That's fair.
His manners, like
Yeah.
when talking to me, all types of stuff. Like
Yeah.
just
I respect
I
that.
feel like our value, like I know his value, like
Exactly.
values.
Yeah.
Even like,
That's
and you know, some
okay,
people aren't
okay.
even
That's
self-aware.
That's the answer, right?
No,
there.
but some people aren't even self-aware. So
Yeah.
it's like he be talking, but it's like I've like been listening to you talk long enough to know that you're really not about this life.
Okay.
So
That's
like
true.
he don't know it.
Exactly, and
So-
that's why you date your friends, because you know, like, nigga, you
Yeah.
like serious G, you like
But-
you like that. You know if your friend like the streets too much, you know what I'm saying? Because
Okay.
he done told you how much he enjoys the
Right,
streets.
and some
So
people
it's
say
like-
they don't like the streets, but it's like it's clear.
Yeah,
It's
you
clear
like
you
do
do.
like the
You
streets.
just don't know you a hood rat. It's
For
okay.
me, I mean, I won't lie to y'all, man. Like, most of my relationships has been like for my friends.
Yeah.
That's
My best friends,
Yeah.
we've been best friends, and then
Yeah,
work something
that's
out. And
Hey,
let me tell you how I got out some of the friend zone. You know, like I'll be the good one.
that's
you
a
know?
good one. I ain't
Let
got
me
my
get
friends
in
though.
now.
Hey,
Let me
man,
share it
hold
with
on.
you, man.
Alright,
You
I'm
dropping
ready.
gems, y'all. Take
Basically-
notes. Take notes.
You best friends with a girl, right?
Mhm.
Alright.
All you have to do, because you know the in and outs. You know the friend, like the outside and the inside.
He finna say some wild shit.
No, all you're working on pretty much is the intimacy part.
Mhm.
To be honest.
So just rub her thigh or something.
And just, no, you know what I mean? Like, all you're doing is working on the intimacy part because your best friend, you hang out, you know what time I sleep, what time I work, you know my life schedule. Oh,
Right.
he's at the gym at this time.
Right.
He's working here, he's
Right.
doing this, you know what I'm about, my goals,
Right.
if you're close with someone,
Yeah.
right?
If you're
So-
a good friend, yeah.
How I got out of it is like, hey, this is where you're at with your life. This is where I'm at with my dating life.
Mhm.
I painted her a picture of what it could be together.
Mm.
Like, I didn't
say,
confuse her.
Did you
I-
write it
no,
or did
I'm-
you spoke
I'm
He was
to
an
like-
artist.
I'm like, hey, this is the percentage you're looking for.
Right.
Because you're not looking for 100%.
I'm your missing piece.
No, and this is the percentage I'm looking for. We can come together because the only thing we're working on, and I legit said this, I'm like, the only thing that we got to figure out is the sex going to be good.
And then everything just crashed.
No, it's not a joke. It's not a joke. I'm being dead ass.
No,
you know?
Like, okay, like, can you just play it out how you had the conversation? Pretend I'm her.
No,
Pretend I'm her.
I'm like,
I'm on the phone. What's up? What?
Love.
so you ever thought about What would be like just you and I dating?
No.
Like why not?
I mean, we're friends.
Yeah, I know we're friends, but you
Uh-huh.
never thought about it? I mean, better me than a stranger.
We friends for a reason.
Because you're gonna waste 3 months trying to get to know somebody with the honeymoon stage, and that's gonna phase away.
And you know me already.
You know me already.
So, real quick, what he just said is important though. What he just said is important. We gotta figure out the sex work. Y'all, if you gonna be with somebody for the rest of your life, and you gonna be faithful to one person for the rest of your life, the sex gotta work.
Like,
The sex gotta work. It gotta work.
and you know why you're that blunt, Shay?
Yeah.
You're best friends. I can say that to her.
True. True.
Yeah, you can be honest.
Exactly. I can be.
You can be yourself. 100%.
Just best friends. I can't say that to her. She's like,
Right.
you know, she's like, boy.
Exactly. No, but yo, think about no. You just said something true. But check this out. You meet somebody at a bar and y'all dating for a month, and he say some wild shit like that. You gonna be like, as a woman, you might feel that like, nigga, you moving too fast. Chill.
Exactly.
But if someone you've known for years is like, yeah, you know, we
Or
friends,
what if she
everything
like,
works.
damn, daddy, she like it? Real way.
No. That might work too. No. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. That can be the case too. It can be the case. But all I'm saying is sometimes people might say like it's a red flag. Why you thinking about sex? He's just not that time. You know what I'm saying? But if it's your homie, it make more sense, G. It make more sense.
And one
Last
more
point. I can go ahead and we're gonna end this episode.
Women keep attractive male friends around.
Keep attractive male. You telling the women to keep
No,
attractive.
no,
male
I'm not
friends.
telling them to keep one. I say they do.
They do.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
I mean,
So
But you said that
don't
to say-
try to
Right.
bullshit us when
Right.
you say, oh, we're just friends.
So what you're saying is women already have friends
Backups.
around them that they find attractive. So stop playing games and try to get friends.
Don't lie to yourself
okay.
and don't lie
do
to
you
me.
have friends?
And don't, because I will be honest and say, some of my female friends, they're attractive. Not that, oh,
All right, Chris, let's
I'm
put you on the spot.
attractive.
You
They're attractive.
have male
Like,
friends that you find attractive?
If you don't, then well.
I personally.
Change your catalog.
So you making it personal. Do you have male friends that you're tight with that you're like, oh yeah, that nigga like,
Oh, he's
Yeah,
an attractive young man.
Yo, this.
I don't know, because it kind of ranges for me. Like, sometimes they not attractive until they do something I would want my man to do, and I'm like, dang,
and
they kind
then
of,
they
I kind of see it a little bit.
Okay, no, that's fair. Okay, so that means you have a few friends. You have like one or two friends that meet that check off that box where it's like, oh, okay.
Okay, like I see it a little bit.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. So,
that's
She'll do
like-
that
but
for me, you know.
yeah. And if any of those friends would shoot their shot, how would it end for you? Any of those few friends that you have?
Yeah, because you find them attractive already.
Nah, but all right now.
Well, she said what they do. So they could be
Yeah.
ugly, but they could have done something attractive. And that
Yeah.
would have been like, oh.
Rose
nah.
petals.
Well,
And
my love language is like, you know, like acts of service.
Okay.
Like,
True.
I like the acts of service,
Okay.
affirmations, all that stuff.
I appreciate that. I feel like acts of service is one of the slept on love languages. I appreciate that too. I feel like we live in a society where people love the gift giving. But acts of service is key.
I like gifts too.
Don't get me wrong.
I
like
like
that.
it.
So you gonna keep going. I like that too.
Right.
Might as well say
All of them.
Right, all 5 of them. But thank y'all for tuning in. Big shout out to our guest, Crystal. This is one of the first few episodes of season 2, so we definitely want to thank you for taking your time out to come and meet with us. If you don't already know Crystal, follow Crystal at Crystal D Writes.
Yes.
Crystal D Writes on Instagram. She is a creative. She does some really cool stuff. She did this real cool stuff with like affirmations and paintings on like mirrors. You still doing that?
Right on mirrors. No,
Yeah.
not recently,
Not recently?
but
Okay.
I would love to do
That,
some more.
yeah, that was one of her projects that I thought was pretty cool. And yeah, she be doing like, not to put her job out there, she be doing like some really creative stuff with certain companies. Yeah. It'd be real funny. It's creative. She's good at what she does. So follow her, tune in. She's a cool person. Thank you for my boy E, my boy Akin, our regular guest here, well, our regular co-host here. And everyone like, comment, subscribe, and share. Don't forget the Life is a Scam teacher moments we gave y'all. Those are key. Those are going to get you real far in life. All right, don't forget those. But thank y'all for tuning in. Have a good day. We out. We out.